Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians. Y'all, the 20th annual Ham Day Music Festival is 1 week from today. And joining us now with everything you need to know for 2025 is the CEO, no big deal, of the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians, Paul Scott, a very busy man, but especially at this time of the year. Paul,
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rosie.
Lovely to see you. And we always have new Austinites whenever you and I are visiting, or folks who haven't really plugged into Ham Day before. So if you wouldn't mind, just remind us a little bit about the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians and what it is y'all actually do.
Yeah, so HAM, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary as well as the 20th anniversary of the Ham Day Music Festival. And so our focus is providing access to affordable health care for working musicians, DJs, and teachers in the greater Austin area. And we also provide an array of services, including dental services, vision, hearing, and many other services to make sure that our musicians get the support they need, and we have a vibrant music community.
We do have a vibrant music community, and it is largely thanks to organizations like this one as we continue to try and keep Austin the live music capital of the world.
Yes.
Let's talk about something that would be maybe a barrier for someone to becoming a full-time musician when we talk about things like healthcare.
Yeah, I think it's important. That's where HAM has stepped in over the last 20 years, is making sure that our musicians can take some of the worries off of their plate and can focus on creating and playing and keeping that live music culture alive here. And that allows for them to be able to access preventative health services as well as treatment as well, because they have comprehensive health coverage related to the programs that we provide and affordability of health insurance premiums that we help support. And same for dental care and all the other services that we provide, and so that our musicians can know they can come here and focus on their craft and focus on their careers, and we have their backs.
I'm so glad you mentioned craft, because something that I think a lot of folks don't think about right off the bat is like, well, if you're a drummer, you really need those legs to be working great. You need those arms to be really strong, that sort of thing. So, the playing of physical instruments, including maybe your voice, we want to take really good care of our bodies as we continue to get older, and that's something that HAM helps with as well, with preventative health.
Exactly, that's critical. And we also have, we're built on a partnership model, so we partner with different healthcare providers and other organizations to help provide some of those care that you're talking about as well, so that we try to eliminate any gaps where our musicians can get any care that they need.
Okay, well, let's talk about Ham Day Music
Ham Day,
Festival.
yes.
It's happening next week, y'all, which is so exciting. I know you guys have been working up towards this. Tell me a little bit about what the day is going to look like.
Well, the day is just incredible. So we're kicking it off at 6 a.m. at the HEB at South Congress in Old Torp as kind of our headquarters to start the day off. So we have over, 400 plus musicians that are performing on the day across 20 hours. So think of it as 14 days of music all crammed into one across all of Central Texas. So it goes all the way up to Round Rock, down to Lockhart, and we're all over the city of Austin as well, across 130 venues. And it's just an incredible day to celebrate all genres of music, DJs playing, and just really raising awareness about what HAM does for our musicians, as well as the musicians' benefit to our community.
And these 20 years previously, you guys have really been rooted here in Austin. But something you are excited about is those other mentions that you were saying, kind of heading into our bedroom suburb communities and bringing live music there.
Yeah, we see music being embraced across the Central Texas area, and as we expand kind of our outreach as well to musicians, we want to make sure that those communities are also part of Ham Day and understand what it means to support musicians and what it means to our economy, and what it also means to have such a vibrant part of our culture to celebrate and to keep thriving. And that's really critically important for and why we're here at HAM, to make sure we support our musicians.
And there's another way to support is that a lot of these venues that keep signing up, I mean, I had to keep changing the numbers higher and higher
exactly. Yes.
today, because people are saying, yeah, we'll host some musicians out here. They're giving back in some form or fashion, a lot of them. Not all the same way, but in some ways, maybe they're donating a portion of proceeds or something like that from the day.
Yeah, Ham Day is great because you can go on our website at myham.org and find out where music's playing, but also where you can shop and eat, because we have businesses that are also supporting us on this day and giving back to us. So you can plan out your day, whether you're in Northwest Austin or down in Lockhart or over in East Austin. You can go to our interactive map online and figure out, okay, I want to hear this type of music and I want to eat at this restaurant and shop over here, and know this money is all going in to support our working musicians here.
There are so many options, so I would absolutely highly suggest myham.org, everybody, to check it out. I do want to ask about this year's goals, because last year we made a really nice number. We're going to keep it around that number, but I'd like to see a cool $1 million going into your pockets this year. Just talk to me about your goals.
I'm with you, Rosie. Yeah. I would love to see a cool $1 million as well. Our goal is similar to last year, is $850,000. A lot of our funds come in early through our corporate sponsor and business sponsor support. But on the day of, we're looking at raising $150,000 from the community. So we're asking people, if you're going out here, free music, Ham Day's free, remember. If you're hearing free music, go out there and realize that these musicians are really creating a wonderful culture for us and bringing all of us joy. So one thing that really brings us together these days is music. And so, ask your friends and family and you yourself, donate to Ham at myham.org, and know that your money is going to support our musicians, our DJs, and our music teachers across the community.
And I have a feeling you guys are going to make it easy on us. QR codes and things like that, spread all around, make it easy to donate.
Every venue, there's going to be buckets. The buckets also have QR codes. If there's screens, we'll flash it up there. And again, it's myham.org/donate. This is really easy to do.
Okay, sounds good to me. And then I just want to check real quickly on what those funds are going to be raised for, because when you were talking about what we're bringing in for today, I know that this is your largest fundraiser of the year. And you have told me before, because we get to hang out about once a year, that really it dictates how many people you can help moving forward. So talk to me about how many people you serve, and kind of with things changing, how you're having to get smart with the times because of what's changing, politically. We are seeing some changes to the Affordable Health Care Act and things like that. So you guys are really having to stay like 3-4 steps ahead.
Yeah, so over the last few years, we've expanded to serving over 3,200 musicians each year.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, which is incredible. And so we help support them with assistance with their health insurance premiums. And so we're really looking at how to address that issue with changes in the Affordable Care Act that are hitting. So the Ham Day comes right before the open enrollment season starts for people to re-enroll into their Affordable Care Act plans. And so these funds really help us determine how much support we can give to our musicians. And we're looking outside of Ham Day even to raise an additional $750,000 to $1 million more to make sure that we have enough funds to be able to continue to support all of our musicians that need health insurance.
Which is an incredible aim and such a wonderful thing that you do for our community. As you said, keeping it vibrant. I can only wish you well, my friend, on this side of things. I hope it goes off without a hitch, and we'll see you for Ham Day. Sound good?
Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll be at Studio 512. We'll be out there, guys, live at the steps of the Capitol to celebrate Ham Day 2025 next week, September 23rd. Stay tuned for more coverage. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Advanced Pain Care. If you're looking for relief from intense pain, you need a set of doctors that are going to view you as a whole patient and take your unique needs into account. Dr. Jake Huntzinger, interventional pain management physician, is here to talk about what Advanced Pain Care has to offer. Jake, can you tell us a little bit about Advanced Pain Care and the services you all do provide?
Yeah, so we're a multi-location practice that specializes in treating chronic pain through multiple specialties. Interventional pain, we have rheumatology, neurosurgery are among many of our specialties.
First up, with growing concerns about opioid dependency, what are some of the most effective non-opioid alternatives you're using to help patients manage chronic pain?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Opioids used to be the default treatment for chronic pain, and they still have value, but now we're learning that there's multiple risks of dependency and long-term side effects from these medications. Fortunately, there's numerous non-opioid treatments. We have interventional procedures like targeted nerve blocks, radiofrequency ablation, spinal cord stimulation. Oftentimes it's not one treatment, but a combination of treatments that we use to reduce pain, restore function, and help our patients regain some quality of life back.
Can you walk us through how you create a personalized pain management plan?
Yeah, absolutely. So every patient is unique and their pain is unique. So first I like to start by getting their story. What does their pain feel like? How does this affect their daily life? And what treatments have they already tried? Then I like to lay out all the options. So I want my patients to be well informed about all treatments at their disposal. And then we work together to come up with a plan. This may include one or multiple treatment options tailored to their own personal goal. So the goal is to come up with a effective treatment that targets each patient's unique pain.
Okay, so how do you help patients who feel like they've tried everything and they're kind of losing hope? They're not really sure where to go at this point.
Yeah, that's one of the most challenging and most meaningful parts of my job. So I get patients who have had pain for numerous years who come frustrated, feeling hopeless. First, I like to validate those emotions. So I let them know that their pain is real and that they're not alone. Then I like to reframe the situation. Just because something didn't work in the past doesn't mean that nothing will.
Yeah, so people really can come to you, even if they feel like they've tried everything, you're the place to go. Advanced Pain Care. Dr. Hunsinger, thank you so much. The pain stops here. Learn more at austinpaindoctor.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Advanced Pain Care.
Welcome back, everybody. October is creeping closer, and with it, a chance to get up close and ghoulish with a cult classic, Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, right in our own backyard. Bob Bursey with Texas Performing Arts and Lee Clippard with the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center are here to tell us more about the light trail that's coming to Austin. So exciting. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Bob, we're starting with you. Talk to us about this Disney Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas Light Trail. It's a very long name, but it's worth it.
It is. It's a long name for a great experience. So the incredible 1993 film by Tim Burton, such a classic now. Disney, amazing spooky season. Opportunity to really get inside that film and see what it's like to be with those characters. So you've got the mayor of Halloween Town, Zero the ghost dog, Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, and of course Sally, Oogie Boogie, and many more, all coming to life at the magical Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center.
It is going to be really cool because, at least from the pictures I've seen, nothing has looked this impressive before, so much like the movie, truly like stepping into that world, which of course I think was claymation, right?
That's right.
Back in 1993, and they really introduced a world that you kind of did want to step into. So this is like such an exciting thing. All right, I do want to talk, Lee, about kind of the inspiration here, especially because you're representing the Wildflower Center. Boy, you guys have some land to offer.
We do, that's right. So it's a long name for a long trail. The trail itself is about 1 mile long.
Oh, great.
And it's in our Arboretum, which is a gorgeous space with these beautiful meadows and beautiful live oak trees with kind of crambly branches. It's going to be really wonderful out there.
So actually, I didn't think about this, but you will have used everything that you can make spooky in our native grasses and plants and shrubs and bushes.
That's right.
And helped turn it into this Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's right. You could probably go out there at night and be a little spooky anyway on a nice moonlit night, but now with all of the lights and cemeteries they're setting up and spooky Halloween effects, it's going to be really great.
Has it been a long time in the making? I know you guys are a crack team over at the Wildflower Johnson Center, Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center, pardon me. But I mean, whenever I talk to somebody, they're like, "Can I help you? What direction may I point you in?" I mean, they know what they're doing on those trails, and
Yes.
so how long has it taken to get this set up?
Well, let's see. They started in mid-August, right?
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
been about a month long right now.
That's it?
Yeah.
For all of this?
Can you
I'm
believe it?
impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's starting the next week or so, y'all, so we are getting excited. I do want to ask Bob, this is the only location outside of NYC. Why did Austin get to be on the map?
Yeah, it sure is. And opening September 25th, so coming right up here. The show is created by the producers of the Broadway hit Hamilton. And
No way.
Us at Texas Performing Arts, with our Broadway and Austin series at Bass Concert Hall, we have a great relationship with that team. We've had Hamilton in Austin 3 times now, sold out every time, incredible show. And they approached us and said, we're working with Disney, and of course we love Disney. We've had The Lion King, Frozen. We have an amazing production of Beauty and the Beast coming up as well in
So
December.
excited. Yeah.
And that we've got this Nightmare Before Christmas light trail. We did it in New York City. It was such a big hit. We're looking for one other city to do it in somewhere around the country. And we think that Austin would be great because we know that Austin loves Halloween and spooky season. We know that Austin audiences are adventurous and want to try new things. And we've got a beautiful spot to do it at the Wildflower Center. So all of that came together for them to make Austin only the second city in the U.S. to host this light trail.
I feel like proud. I feel like, yes, good job, Austin.
So do we.
Yeah, so Lee, as we're seeing some of these really cool spooky pictures here, what can attendees expect? Can you paint a picture for us when we start to walk in?
Sure. So there's going to be 3D projections and all sorts of amazing lights. There's sound. There's music that goes along with this. There's bubbling cauldrons and smoke, and these incredible 3D sculptures of all the characters. And of course, those are set within these beautiful groves of oak trees that we have in our arboretum. And so that'll be kind of, you know, spooky. There's lots of interesting lights that you walk through as you're walking through this trail.
It's about time that we've got a Halloween lights trail because we've certainly got one for Christmas, maybe even more than one. But I think doing something for Halloween is so exciting. And Lee, would you say all ages, or does it go a little bit spooky maybe for the little ones?
I think it depends on what kind of kid that you have. So some kids really lean into that spookiness. I was a kid that was afraid of everything, so probably wouldn't have been for me at that age. But yeah, some kids that are even in their like 6 years old, 7 years old love this movie. They watch it with their parents already.
There is a marketing department head and his kids can't wait to the age of 11 where they get to like watch some super scary movie that he watched at the age of 11. So his kids can probably handle this, but maybe 5 and up? If
oh, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing about Tim Burton is it's not scary. It's just kind of quirky and weird and fantastical, right?
He is weird, and we love him for it. I just rewatched Edward Scissorhands. It's such a great movie, I tell you what.
Yeah.
All right, I did want to ask Lee, while we're talking about, you know, putting up all this beautiful stuff and families coming out to visit y'all, how you guys are balancing with sustainability, because I know that that's such an important piece of the Wildflower Center.
It is, thank you. Yes, so our mission is to inspire the conservation of native plants, and everything that we're doing is with the environment in mind. One of the wonderful things about this exhibit is that it's on a trail that we already have through the Wildflower Center. So most of the foot traffic is going to be on that trail, which protects our trees and the tree roots, which is great.
Yeah.
Of course, we're turning all the lights out at 11, so to be in sync with Audubon, Texas recommendations for bird migration that's happening this fall. So we are 284 acres. We support a lot of birds, a lot of butterflies, a lot of bees. So we'll be supporting those birds as they're flying through on their way to South America and Central America by turning off all the lights at 11.
Dark skies, exactly. And speaking of, once I've got you on the hook here, I do want to ask how the owlets are doing. Athena and her owlets, are they good?
They're out in the world. We don't know. So they fledged in May, and you know, Athena and her mate, they go out into the woods and they take their owlets with them, and then we don't see them again. So we just cross our fingers and hope they're doing well.
They were precious. So if you haven't heard about them, I would definitely look into that on their website. And then Bob, just real quickly in our last 10 seconds or so, cool merch, really neat availability. Can you tell us real quickly about tickets?
Absolutely. TexasPerformingArts.org or the Nightmare Before Christmas Lighttrail.com. Starts September 25th, going all the way through November 30th. Great Disney merchandise, some really fun concessions, wonderful experience for the whole family.
It sounds like fun to me. I will be there
Yes.
with bells on. Y'all, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and hey, happy Halloween.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
It's about to be spooky season, y'all. Get your tickets now at the Nightmare Before Christmas Lighttrail.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Window World Austin. Window World Austin is proud to be a sponsor of the St. Jude Walk Austin coming up on Saturday, September 27th. Ray Folk is here with Window World along with Carly Abramson and Jana Wayne on behalf of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital to tell us more about this wonderful event. So Jana, we're coming straight to you. First, because you're our event chair of the St. Jude Walk Austin event this year, and Carly giving you a little love. Let's talk about the event and its significance.
Yeah, so the St. Jude Walk across all of the markets, there's 41 markets in the U.S., is a huge a huge driver from the fundraising for the research hospital. Our market in Austin, we raised an incredible $14 million across all the markets in the month of September, which is Children Cancer Awareness Month. And here in Austin, ours will be on September 27th. We love being a part of this huge month of walks for St. Jude.
It's just absolutely incredible. So I probably don't have to make many guesses, Ray, but can you tell me why Window World Austin specifically wants to support St. Jude?
Well, of course, the kids. It's at the worst time. Families, the children themselves are scared, so we're doing what we can. Window World Austin has been a sponsor of the St. Jude Walk Run for about half a decade. And every year we show up, we bring our team, we have people who work with us that also have kids, and it's good to know that St. Jude would be there for them if they were to need that. And then we get to meet some of the patient families while we're there and hear about stories from people who have benefited from St. Jude. It is kind of fun when you come visit us because we do bring donuts every year.
Nice.
It's one of the things that you can look forward to at the K Cafe tent with Window World specifically, and then you get to meet our team.
That's awesome. Okay. I'd like to come to you, Carly, and talk about how people can get involved and support the St. Jude Walk.
It's really easy to sign up for the walk. All you have to do is go to the website that you see on the screen, and you can register as a team or as an individual. We have a lot of family teams. We have corporate teams. It's a great way to kind of connect with your group of friends and do something really good on a Saturday morning.
Let's talk about childhood cancer survival rates and how they've changed since St. Jude opened its doors.
Yes, so since St. Jude opened its doors in 1962, the overall survival rate for childhood cancer has gone from 20% then to now we are at over 80% survival rate. It is from people like you who are here to help and support us and make the research possible.
So if you're watching, guys, this is a great opportunity to help support a wonderful cause. Y'all, we really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you there.
Yes.
Register and donate now at stjude.org/walkaustin. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Window World Austin. Okay, listen to this, y'all. An event on a mission to change the picture of disability through film. The 22nd annual Cinema Touching Disability Film Festival is this weekend, 22 years, that's pretty impressive. And joining us now with all the details are Laura Perna and Louise Ho. We're happy to have them. Y'all, good morning.
Hi, Rosie. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Laura, we're talking with you first. Just tell us about the festival, how many years it's been going on, who started it, and for what reason?
Yeah, so like you said, this was something that the Coalition of Texans with Disabilities, which is an advocacy organization, started doing 22 years ago as a way to raise awareness, have a community event, provide a platform for filmmakers with disabilities to showcase their work. That was sort of where we started 22 years ago, and that's what we've been doing ever since.
So I'm glad you mentioned this, filmmakers with disabilities, because I was wondering if it's subject matter or if, how disability ties into the filmmaking process. So has that expanded at all, or are we still focusing on filmmakers specifically?
So it's always been subject matter, but what we have seen more and more in recent years is folks behind the cameras with disabilities as well as folks in front of the cameras, which is really exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's really cool to have a working job in an industry that you're passionate about, and to have representation at all levels.
Right.
Not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera too. I think that's amazing. Okay, Louise, let's talk about what films have been like in the past and some of the genres and things y'all have touched on. We were talking just before this segment started about how things are changing a little bit as far as subject matter is concerned, especially with things that are top of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. The film festival, it's a short film competition, and so we're receiving entries that are short films, usually somewhere between 3 and 15 minutes long. We've got two categories, documentary and non-documentary, and in the non-documentary category especially, we've got all kinds of genres depicted. And this year is very interesting. We've got some sci-fi, we've got some experimental dance. It's really going to be a wide range of things, and I think it really reflects the diversity of the community of people with disabilities.
I think that's really cool. Okay, lots of genres to tuck stuck into. Is there anything in particular that you're like, whoa, this was a fun watch? I really want people to experience this.
Yeah, definitely. There's a really interesting one called Dreamscapes, which is kind of depicting the inner world of somebody with a disability. And so it's using experimental dance, experimental music, and she's got a lot of body doubles of herself that are all kind of dancing in tandem. It's very visually striking. I think people are going to really love it.
I think so important for those of us who do not consider ourselves to be living with a disability to see, you know, maybe what's going on behind the curtain, more empathy for our neighbor, more understanding of what disabilities might look like. And in fact, that's what we were talking about, if I may, Laura, before the segment began, is that mental health is actually a disability that you guys are covering more of nowadays.
Yeah, that's definitely something that CTD, the Coalition of Texans with Disabilities, works on in our advocacy work and our legislative work, and something that is represented in the film festival every year.
And can you tell me more about the Coalition for Texans with Disabilities?
Yeah, so the Coalition of Texans with Disabilities is an almost 50-year-old organization working mostly on state-level public policy that touches the lives of Texans with all different types of disabilities at all ages. So we work on education, we work on voting, we work on healthcare, we work on attendant care, any number of issues that will make Texas a better state to live in for our citizens with disabilities.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
You're like, oh, thank you for recognizing. That's a lot of work. Yeah, and at least this is kind of a fun way of recognizing, you know, some of the work that you guys do every single day by honoring, you know, some of the film work that we're going to get to see. Who can enter, by the way, this film festival, Louise? I mean, obviously, we have closed applications for this year, but for 2026, just in case we've got any budding filmmakers around who are interested in this sort of subject matter, what would you say?
Absolutely. For 2026, we would encourage all to apply, especially local filmmakers. We love getting our Texan filmmakers in, having them come out and visit the festival. If you look on Film Freeway, that is where you can submit your film, opening in January.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, and let's talk about, just for y'all's opinion, about why this festival is so important as far as representing disability. So Laura, if you wouldn't mind, touch on that first.
Yeah, I think in addition to kind of the public awareness aspect, giving the public a chance to see what it means to have a disability, what life is like, what disabled filmmakers are thinking about and want to say. It's also important for the disability community to see themselves on screen. We had somebody who came last year that gave us some feedback of like, after seeing this film, I want to make my own.
Oh.
And that really gets at another very important reason we do this.
Okay, and that reason is?
To inspire folks to make their own creative work.
I'm sorry, I put you a little bit on the spot there, but yes, I should have realized you were saying it without saying it. This is me and I want to share my story now.
Yeah.
I see that other people can do it too, and that they're having success with it, and that it's well received, that there is a space for me here.
Yes.
And I think that's really huge. So if you wouldn't mind, Louise, touch on that as well.
Yeah, and I also think that obviously we've seen in mainstream film world, often disability is portrayed in a negative light, or it's not portrayed in an authentic way. It's not portrayed in a way that's, calling on actual disabled voices to ask what their opinions are. And so that's what's really special about the Short Film Festival. I think the fact that it's short films means that there's a lower barrier of entry. It takes less money to make a short film. And so there's a lot of people out there, there's more than you would expect, who are making films with authentic representation, but they're not getting shown in regular movie theaters. And so that's why it's great to have the festival, to have a place where people can showcase their work that's kind of not quite on the Hollywood level, but it still has a lot to offer.
I love that. Okay, this is a really cool idea, y'all. Congratulations on 22 years. I can't wait to see how things go. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
All right, to get involved with this festival, y'all, visit ctdfilmfest.org, where you can buy a day pass and see everything, or follow them on social media at CTD Film Festival. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Swift River Pecans, LLC. High quality pecans and Texas wood with character. We're learning more today about Swift River Pecans LLC with Troy Swift, who's here to tell us about his orchard, sawmill, and retail store on site in Fentress, Texas, which is between San Marcos and Luling. We're excited to talk to you, Troy. The very first thing that we're going to do is go from the ground up.
Okay.
Talk to us about your farming practices.
Well, while I started as a conventional farmer, due to environmental reasons and economic reasons, we decided to change our management style to regenerative agriculture. And what that allows us to do is use more natural farming techniques and more natural materials, which makes us less dependent on commercial fertilizers and other chemicals such as herbicides, which we've completely eliminated. But it does more than that. It conserves water quality, it conserves water in the soil. All the animals and insects and birds, arthropods of all sorts, want to live in your orchard just like I do. In today's world, when we get up in the morning and decide what we're going to do on the farm, instead of saying, what are we going to go out and kill, today we get up and say, what are we going to go out and help live? Because we want to grow a healthy food.
Let's talk about how pecans are measured for quality, because you have different measurements that you do in order to say, okay, these are the highest quality things we can offer.
We have a lot of different varieties. There's some simple things like how big are they, how many nuts per pound, so that's one thing. So the other way they're graded is how they look. Are they shaped properly? Is the color good? How golden is the kernel?
Of course, lots of pecan things to eat and to see around here, but let's talk about the other side of that, the pecan trees. Let's talk about the services that you provide as far as trees are concerned.
So we harvest those big logs and saw them on our sawmills, kiln dry them. We can do very big pieces of wood, and we have very big kilns and very big saws. We can saw logs up to 65 inches in diameter.
I do want to say to maybe somebody who's watching, they haven't been out here before, they didn't know that this little gym existed. What would you say? Come on down and get an education.
Oh yeah, come down. We're open 9 to 5 every day except Sundays. We'll give you a tour of the shop. And if you make arrangements in advance, we can even give you a tour of the orchard. So a lot of people do that.
We really appreciate your time today, Troy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Working with Mother Nature to grow the best pecans money can buy. Learn more at swiftriverpecans.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Swift River Pecans, LLC. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by the Roof Resource. The Roof Resource is a relatively new addition to Central Texas, and the company aims to provide transparent, affordable, high-quality roof replacement options for homeowners and businesses. Owner and operator Mike Staples is here to tell us more. And Mike, I always want to honor the fact that you have served our country. So first of all, thank you as an Army veteran. We appreciate you for your service.
Thank you so much, Rosie.
You have changed day jobs, so to speak. You've gotten into the roofing business after a pain point of your own. Can you talk to us about what makes the Roof Resource different from other companies? Because this was the place that you chose that said, hey, they're solving a lot of the problems I've had.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that we're doing differently is we are treating homeowners the way that they should be treated. What I mean by that is if you're a homeowner right now looking to get your roof replaced, you're probably calling 3 to 5 different vendors. They're going to come to your home. They're going to give you a 1 to 3 hour, high pressure sales pitch. And they're going to leave you with a quote that might be a little bit confusing, not too transparent, going to leave you wondering, like, what am I paying for? With the Roof Resource, we make things simple, transparent, and affordable to homeowners. Our goal is to empower homeowners through a 20 to 30-minute virtual presentation that gets them prepared to make a decision about what's right for their home.
And so the next question I want to ask you is, how much should a roof replacement really cost?
Yeah. So we use something called the roof truth. What that means is, what is the true cost to replace your roof? And that cost is built out of a few different components. It's the cost of labor, the cost of materials, the cost of your dumpster, and our flat fee to project manage your job. That's the roof truth, the true cost to replace your roof.
Let's talk about what some of your customers have been able to save thanks to, your work over retail roofing.
I think this is probably where I get most excited as a homeowner. This is the reason why I got into the business. replacing your roof is probably one of the most significant investments that most homeowners make. So when we talk about savings, we're not talking about saving homeowners hundreds or thousands of dollars. It's $10,000 on average is what we're saving them.
Any asks of our audience for today?
Yeah, I think my biggest ask of the audience today is if you're considering getting a roof replacement, please reach out to me. I can give you a quote in under 24 hours, and I guarantee that a 30-minute investment of your time with me will leave you feeling more empowered to make the best decision for you and for your home, even if that's not with our company. If that's with some other company instead, that's totally fine. I'm just here to help. So call me. I'm the one that answers the phone, and I'd love to speak with you.
Oh, Mike, that's so helpful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Rosie.
Homeowners looking for a high-quality, transparent, cost-saving roofing solution can learn more by going to the website on your screen or by calling 512-590-9281. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by the Roof Resource.
Hey, we are happy to be able to offer you some help if you're out there searching for jobs. KXAN has partnered with ZipRecruiter to help you find thousands of job openings in Austin and around the country. Just go to kxan.com/jobs where you can search thousands of new postings every single day. Check it out right now and get started on the path to your next career.
We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Advanced Pain Care, Window World Austin, Swift River Pecans, and Roof Resource.